Hi guys, welcome to Pilates class with Steph. This is session number 4. All we need today for equipment is our small little weights today and a mat if you'd like. All right, to get us started today, we're going to start with our breathing. So we're going to start standing, make sure those feet are planted into the floor, shoulder width apart, roll those shoulders back, and we're going to start with 5 deep breaths here to get us centered and ready for practice. So we're going to start with one big inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. Really focusing on expanding that rib cage. Big inhale and exhale. Should be a few seconds on the way up, that quick pause, and a few seconds on the way back out. Let's do another one a little bit deeper. Pausing and then releasing, nice and slow. Good, we got 2 more here. Bigger breath. And exhale. Good, last one. Good, let's take those arms, just get a little bit of movement here, moving them around side to side. Good, a few little shoulder rolls back. And then a few forward. Perfect, let's widen that stance out a little bit, just a bit wider than hip width apart here. Take those arms up overhead, we're forward folding down towards the floor. Hands meet the mat here, and we're just taking a moment to stretch the hamstrings. You can add a little bit of a shift in the weight if you'd like, just kind of moving those hips, so keeping those knees nice and straight, and hips just moving a little bit side to side here. And if you want, you can add some soft little knee bends here. Again, kind of feeling that hamstring stretch as you straighten out the knee. Good, straighten those knees back up, slowly roll ourselves up to the top. We're going to do a few little things to wake up our hips here because we've got a bit of leg work coming. So we're just going to do a few little hip openers. So keep that left leg planted, right leg's going to come up, open out to the side, come right back in here. So again, we're kind of focusing on balancing on that left foot as we open that hip and bring it back in. A few of these here, really feel that hip expanding. You might have a few clicks here in the center. Two more. Good, now bring that right knee in, give it a quick little hug. Again, balancing on that left foot. Giving it that little stretch and bringing it back down. Perfect, we're gonna switch sides. We've got the left side now. Same thing, hips coming out and back in. Again, balancing on that right foot. 2 more here. Perfect, bring that knee in for that little hug, balancing on that right foot now. Perfect, foot back down. We're just gonna go into a few little calf raises because we've got a big calf work as well. So just slowly rolling up onto those toes and slowly lowering back down. The slower you can do this movement, the better. It will have help with a bit of the balance and give you a bit of a better stretch on the calf. You can go down really slow. That's that eccentric portion of that movement, which helps keep that calf in tension longer. So let's do 3 more here. Okay, we're gonna go into a little squat and lunge series here to start off. So we're gonna start with just a regular squat. So feet are just about hip width apart here. We're just starting with some slow squats. So just slowly lowering our body down, pausing, and then we come back up. So just doing a few of these here. You can move at your own pace. Just kind of waking up those legs a little bit more. Good, see if you can get a little bit lower with each one here. Good, let's do 2 more. Perfect, we're gonna add a calf raise into it now. So same thing, but we come up onto our toes, the top of that movement. So we come into our squat, come up, roll onto those toes, back down, back into our squat. So we're introducing the calves into our squat work here. Again, keeping them slow, there's no need to race here. Making sure we feel every part of that movement. There will be quite a bit of calf work here, so that at any point you're finding those calves need a bit of a break, or those toes need a break, that's absolutely fine. Just don't go onto the calves, just stay in that squat position. Let's do 2 more here. Good, okay, let's grab those weights now beside us. We're gonna introduce some arms into that movement here. So keeping those feet about hip width apart, we're gonna start with those weights held at our chest. So elbows are bent, tucked into our sides here. We're doing a bit of a tricep extension. So same thing with the legs. We come down into our squat. We come up, weights come back behind us. So you're essentially bending at the elbow, straightening the arms as you come up onto those toes. So you should feel it in your triceps. Try to squeeze the arms as you come up onto those heels, onto the toes, I mean. So squeeze those arms. Again, keeping it nice and slow. We've got that squat, we've got our calves, and then we've got our triceps involved. Good, we've got a few more here. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Good, give those legs a bit of a shake out. We've got one more part of our squat series here, of our first squat series. So we're gonna take our arms now up over our head, or up above our shoulders, and we're doing a shoulder press now. So again, same thing with the legs. They're sticking with that same motion, same thing with the calf raise, and then pressing up. So we've got our squat, come up onto the toes, press those dumbbells up. Again, if you need to rest from those calf raises, that's absolutely fine. Just take the calf raise out. But we've got now the legs working, the calves working, and the shoulders involved now. Make sure you're keeping that breathing as steady as you can. Again, slow, controlled movements. We've got just a few more here. My clients give me a hard time. They said a few means 2, and usually for me, a few means, I don't know how many, 5, 6, however many I feel. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Drop those weights to the side here. Again, give those legs a bit of movement. Give those calves a bit of movement. All right, we're gonna move into our sumo squat for the last part of the squat section. So we are gonna have our legs nice and wide, toes pointed slightly out at about a 45-degree angle. What we're gonna do is we're coming into a sumo squat, and then we have 2 single leg calf raises. So what that's gonna look like is we come down into our squat, we raise onto the right toe, raise onto the left toe, come back up. Now if that's too much pressure on your toes, that's absolutely fine. Just come here and you're going to do 2 little pulses and then you come back up. So that's absolutely fine. But that full movement is here, up onto that right toe, up onto that left toe, come back up. You should feel pretty good on your inner thighs here as well as those outer glutes. And you've got that calf. So it's a really good one to kind of involve a lot of different parts of your legs here. Again, really focusing on the breathing. Shouldn't get too fast or too heavy here. Should really start to feel that inner thigh burning. We're just going to do 3 more. That's 1, 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Come up to the top. Shake those legs out. That's enough of the squat series. We're moving in now to our lunge series, and that will finish off our legs here. So to start off with that leg series, what we're going to do is we are going to have left foot stay planted where it's at. Right foot comes behind us. What we're going to do is we're going to do little step backs. Now I want that weight to be shifted over that left foot. So you should be able to fully balance on your left leg. So the idea is we're here, we're a little bit hinged over, and we're stepping back with that right foot. It's kind of getting us prepped for the lunge is the idea. You're focusing on putting pressure onto that left leg, that quad's holding it nice and strong, and you're just slowly stepping back here. A little bit slower, we're slowing down breathing. Should start to feel quite a bit of pressure on that left side. We're doing 2 more. Good, okay. Now we're going to go into that full lunge that we prepped for, so keep that left leg where it's at. Right leg comes behind us. That full movement is coming down fully so the knee taps the floor. If that's not your full range of motion, that's okay. Just come down as low as you can. But the idea here is we're coming down fully into that lunge, coming back up. Both legs are staying where they're at. We've just got that little lunge here. So slowly tapping that floor if you can. It's kind of a way to burn out our legs a little bit more after doing that squat series. Let's do 4 more. Last one. Perfect. Now stay where you're at. You can either stay at the top of the movement or come down, pop that knee on the floor. What we're doing is small little pulses. So from here or from the top of that movement, we come up just a little bit and we pulse. So we're just burning out that leg. Should already be burning. We're going for 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring that leg back up. Quick little shake out of the legs. We've got now the other side. We knew it was coming. Okay. Right leg's now forward. Left leg is what's going to step back behind us. So making sure we're hinging over a little bit at our hips so that all that weight right is on our right foot. And then just slowly stepping back with those toes. A little bit pointed here. Again, no weight really is on that left side. All that weight is over that right side. Keep balancing on that right side. Helps with balance, helps with strength, lots of good things. 2 more. Good. Okay, we're going into that regular lunge now. So stepping back with that left side, right foot's forward, and then if we can, we come all the way down onto that knee, or just however far our range of motion is. Again, working on balance. I'm a bad example. Keeping ourselves nice and straight, using that core to help with that stabilization. Good, keep it up, a few more here. Let's do 3 more. Good, back up to the top now. If you want, start here or start at the bottom. Taking that quick breather. We've got our pulses, so we come up and we pulse. Should feel it right here on that side. Should also feel it in the quad. We're pulsing for 3, 2, 1. Good, bring that leg up, shake those legs out. If you need to grab a sip of water, grab a sip of water as we then transition to our sitting position. Okay, so meet me in our seated position here. Just gonna start with our feet straight out in front of us, arms up overhead, forward fold, reach forward towards those feet, and give yourself a little stretch in those hamstrings. Use this time again to really steady that breathing. Big inhales through the nose, exhales through the mouth. Good, let's bring both those feet in for our butterfly here. So hands around our toes, we're pushing those knees out to the side, as close as you can to the floor, however much your range of motion is, and then stretching literally a little bit forward here with our lower back, just to get a bit more of a stretch there on those inner thighs for us. Again, big deep breaths, that'll help with that stretching. A little bit further, bend a little bit more. Good. Come back up to a neutral spine. Keep that left leg where it's at. So it's gonna stay bent here. You're gonna take that right leg, put it behind you in a bent position. You should be making basically a Z here with your legs. So both legs are bent at the knee, and you've got your toes here out. We're gonna grab one of those weights, and you're gonna place that weight in your right hand if that left leg is the one that's still forward. And what we're gonna do is you can use your left hand kind of as your stability, and we're just doing a small little chest press. So just pushing forward, back to the chest here. That's just gonna start that movement here, and then don't worry, we'll add in the legs for you. But just get that arm moving, a little bit of chest work for us. Okay, now we're gonna add in the leg, and the way the leg's gonna work is you're basically gonna lift it up and you're kicking it out to the side. So you're just straightening it at the knee. So use that left hand to help you, and as it straightens, you kick out to the side. You'll find it's quite a bit of pressure on your hip. It's probably a movement you don't do very often, but it will be a good one for us. So punch that weight out, punch that foot out to the side, use that left hand for your stability here. You should feel that hip start to burn pretty quick here. Let's do 4 more. 2 more. You got it. Last one. Good. Drop that weight. Bring that leg back down. Reach forward, basically over that left knee. Stretch forward. You'll get a nice little stretch and relieve some pressure off that hip. Again, nice little breathing. See if you can stretch those hands out a little bit further. You're just kind of resting your chest on top of that left knee. Good, let's bring those hands back in, switching sides. So right leg now comes in, that one half of the butterfly, left leg bends behind us. We're grabbing that weight now in our left hand, right hand is our stability. We're starting first with just that chest press. So once you're ready, just doing your little chest press here, keeping that dumbbell, keeping that arm nice and straight. So don't let it go too high, don't let it fall, make sure you're keeping it nice and stable. It should be a weight that you're able to hold this whole time here. Okay, let's add that leg in. So that leg comes up, kicking it out to the side, stabilizing on our right hand. There we go, we're feeling that hip already. You got a few more. Let's do 4 more. 2 more. Last one. Good. Drop that weight, drop that leg back down, reach forward over that right knee now, giving us a little stretch. Again, big inhales through the nose, big exhales through the mouth. Maybe try to stretch a little bit more forward with those fingers. Good, let's walk those hands back in. From here, we're just gonna switch over to our seated position again with our feet out. We're gonna start with a few little rollbacks here just to get those abs prepped for a little ab section for us next. So take those arms out in front of you, and this is where we just slowly roll back. Just a little bit at first, just once you feel that core, just come right on back up. That core pulls you back in. So you'll do a few of these at your own pace. You'll find with each one you can maybe go a little bit deeper. That's the idea. You're waking up the core. You can see with each one, slowly getting a bit deeper. By the end, you should be pretty shaky as you're trying to pull back up, holding there for that moment, and then coming back up to the top. Doing 3 more here. So see how low you can get. Make sure you can pull yourself back up. 2 more. Last one here, you're pausing at the bottom. As low as you can. Pause, a little shaky, and come back up. Good. Quick little reset, and then we're just gonna roll all the way down to the floor. So from here, slowly rolling all the way down. Meet me there. Once you get there, taking a moment to really take a nice deep breath. Thinking about as you exhale, everything just melts into the floor here. Good, okay. We're gonna move into a little bird dog progression. So let's start first just with the no weight here, just to get ourselves ready for that movement. So arms up above the chest, nice and straight, legs are bent. We alternate opposite arm, opposite leg are tapping the floor. The key here is to make sure that pelvis is tucked under. So if you're finding that as you're moving those arms, you're getting an arch in your back, then what you need to do is you're here, tilt that pelvis back under, bring those legs up, and make sure that core is staying tight, and that's going to help you with that movement. So we're just doing a few of these here. One more, each side. Good, drop those feet down. If you'd like, grab those weights next to you. We're gonna add some weights into the mix. So, what we're gonna do now, same movement here, but the arms aren't gonna go straight back. We're just gonna bend at the elbows, so you kind of have a tricep extension. So, same thing with the legs though. So those arms are moving, you're bending that leg, straightening it out. That dumbbell bends back, so it's more of a tricep extension here. Otherwise, you just elongate the arm. So same movement. Again, really making sure you're not getting too much of an arch in the back. If you find you are getting a big arch in the back, that's your clue first to probably drop the weight. That way you can focus more on form and maybe take a breather if that core is getting a bit tired. Two more each side. Good, drop those weights. Drop those legs for a moment. Maybe keep those legs where they're at and just drop the knees slowly side to side. Release a bit of pressure off that back. You'll find, gives you a good little twist of the spine. Just do a few of these little wipers here. See if there's any pressure points in that low back. Good, okay, we're going up for our next dead arm series. For this one, what we're doing is arms are the same. We're going to straighten those legs. I know I can't straighten them all the way, but straighter is the idea. And then you're doing the same thing with the arms, same thing with the legs. So now your legs are just straight. So arm is the same, and then now your legs are just up high and straight and tapping the floor. It's a little bit harder with those legs straighter and higher. You'll find, but we can do it. Breathing through it. Let's do 3 more each side. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Feet down, weights down to the chest. Again, take a few of those little wipers. I can't remember if I said bird dog or dead bug. I always mix them up. We are definitely doing dead bugs, but I might have said bird dog. Okay, one last part of this dead bug progression. We're now going lateral. So we are starting in the same position, arms straight up, legs straight up, and we're going out to the side. So arms stay straight, legs stay straight. So opposite arm, opposite leg, come out to the side. They don't have to go too far, really however feels comfortable, that's totally fine. And then you alternate sides. So your arm, you're getting a little chest fly. The legs, you're getting a bit of that outer hip here. Good, make sure that core is staying tight. Not too much of an arch in the back. Getting a little bit tired. I don't know. You know, we're going to do a couple more here. 2 more each side. Last one each side. Good. Drop those feet, drop those weights. Take a moment here. Again, maybe dropping those knees side to side. Maybe actually dropping those weights and bring those knees into the chest. Give them a little hug. Maybe bring them out to the side a little bit, add a bit of a rock. There's about 1 more here I want to do. Okay, drop those feet back down, grab those weights again. Okay, we are starting in, surprise, this same exact position. Arms up, legs up, here we go. What we're doing actually is bring those weights down to the chest. You're punching up towards that opposite foot. So it's kind of a V up, a one-sided V up with weights here. So we want a bit of those obliques working. And we're just reaching towards those toes. It is a little bit of a crunch. So top of that back comes off the floor. And just however close you can get that dumbbell to the foot here is the goal. Few more. Two more each side. You got it, last one. Good, drop those feet. Move those weights off to the side here. Nice big breath. Take those arms out to the sides, 180 degrees. Taking those legs up and flipping them over to our right side so we can get our supine twist in here. So holding that for a moment. Once you feel like that spine is just decompressed a smidge, grabbing that left arm, eyes follow the hand, and we come over for our open and close the book. So hands reaching towards each other, arms opening all the way back up. Eyes are constantly following that left hand as it moves. Just giving us a nice good stretch here. Good. Meet me back with both arms at 180 degrees, heads towards the ceiling. We're going to grab those legs, bring them up and over to our other side. So holding there, that stretch. Got my weights in the way. Holding there in that stretch just for a moment. And then when you're ready, you're taking that right arm, same thing, eyes follow the hand as it comes down towards our left hand. And eyes follow that gaze back. Just move through these at your own pace here. Should feel nice on the back. Good, meet me back. Both arms are open. Heads towards the ceiling, bring those knees back. One more last little knee hug in. Small little rock side to side. Good. Release those feet. We're going to actually roll up to the top again. Take a moment here if you need a sip of water. We've got one section left. We're going to move into our tabletop position. Making our way here. Okay, and once you get here, let's just move through a few cat-cows. Again, a nice little stretch for our back. So make sure hands are stacked under our shoulders, knees are hip-width apart, and then we slowly move towards both that cat and that cow position. Make sure you're inhaling as you come into that cat. Exhaling as you come out to the cow and drop that back in. Really using the breath here on this one. Move through a few of these at your own pace. Good. Okay. Meet me back with a neutral spine. We've got one section left. For this section, walk your hands out just so they're a little bit in front of your shoulder blades. And what we're going to do is leave our left leg where it's at. Right leg is going to come out behind us, and it's going to be hovering in the air. What we're doing is a 3 and a 3. So what that means, we're doing 3 push-ups, 3 leg lifts. So we're here. Right leg is in the air. Left knee is down. We come down for 1, for 2, for 3. We then stay here. We then tap the floor, come up for 1, tap the floor, up for 2, tap the floor, up for 3. Perfect. Then we go back into those push-ups. You get the idea now. You've got 3 of those. You can move through it at your own pace here. Again, there's no rush. Just make sure you do those 3 leg lifts. So start to kind of feel it on the outside of that left glute. And then we've got those arms working for that push-up. Just burn out those legs a little bit for us. Make sure you get that leg lift nice and high. do 2 more full ones here after this last leg lift. Okay, 2 more here. Last one. Okay, good. Now keep that leg where it's at. You're going to bend in at the knee and straighten. So it's a good burner for our hamstrings. So make sure it's staying nice and high. Notice how I'm not dropping the leg. I'm just bending at the knee and back out. Good. Give me 4 more. Hamstrings burning, I know. Last one. Okay? Now keep it bent. It's bent. We pulse. It's always kind of a weird one. There we go. Pulsing. Pulsing for 3, 2, 1. Oh, drop that knee down. You feel that hamstring rise, you bring it back in. Shift back into that child's pose really quick. Just give ourselves a little stretch. Can add a little bit of hip movement if you'd like, or just stay nice and stable. Okay, let's come back up to the top. You know what's coming. We've got the other side. Okay, hands walked out a little bit in front of those shoulder blades. We leave that right knee where it's at. Left leg comes behind us, and then we've got our 3 and 3. So moving into those 3 push-ups first. Then we've got our 3 leg lifts. So tapping the floor 3 times. Perfect. Back into those push-ups. We got this is the last part of our class today. A few more here. Get that leg lift nice and high, squeeze that glute. We've got 2 more here. We got it. Last one. Good, last 2 leg lifts. Perfect, now keep that leg at the top, bend at the knee, keep that straight. You've got a straight line from that toe all the way towards your head when it lengthens. Burn that hamstring out. Four more for me. Last one. Lost my headphone. Sorry. We've got our pulses, so we're here and we're pulsing. Pulsing. Last little part. Burning. We're going for 3, 2, 1. Good. Oh, bring it back in. Shift back into that child's pose. Beautiful. Okay, let's come back up into our downward dog, or into our tabletop. Walk those hands back so we're underneath our shoulder blades. And then we're gonna tuck those toes under, shift into our downward dog. Stay here for a moment just so that we can grab the right leg for the pigeon. So if you'd like, take that right leg up overhead, thread that knee forward, knee comes towards the hands, untuck the back toe, reach forward and stretch out on that right hip here. Really making sure we get a good stretch. If you'd like, I like to add a little bit of movement, so I kind of move all around, get every part of that kind of right hamstring, glute, hip, all of those things. Good, slow, steady breathing here. Good, let's bring those hands back in, untuck that back toe, shift back into that downward dog again. Taking a moment, taking that left leg now, optionally up, and then threading through towards those hands, untucking that back toe, stretching forward now on that left side. Again, if you'd like, add that little bit of movement, kind of rocking around, getting every aspect of that leg. Big inhales, big exhales, really feeling that stretch on that exhale. Good, let's bring those hands back in, untuck that back toe, shift into that downward dog one more time. I just want to stretch out the calves since we did quite a bit of calf work. So take those take the left foot, toes on top of the right heel, pushing down into the mat here. Really giving ourselves a nice little stretch. And then switching sides, right toes on top of the left heel. Good, bring both feet back down. Slowly walk those hands back toward those feet so that we are in our forward fold position. Holding there for a moment, having a little bit of a sway in the hips if you'd like. Maybe adding a little bit of knee movement. And then we're slowly coming all the way up to the top, rolling each part of our spine nice and slow. Once we get there, doing our last little shoulder rolls. Beautiful, and that is our practice today. Thanks for joining me.